Hey YouTube, Freedom for Cats here. Hey guys, I just want to make a quick video here. I just want to go over some things that happened over the weekend with Obama, and it seems as though he was down in New Orleans, which is kind of crazy because, with all the oil down there, it's really risky for him to be down there. It's really risky for anybody to be down there right now, especially with everything that's going on, the leftovers with the BP oil crisis. And that's exactly how they're stating it. It's almost like as if it's a done deal, and they're talking about it like as if it's in the past. Well, the thing that I don't like about that is that this is going to be here for a very, very, very long time. If in fact, if you do some research on the Exxon Valdez leak and the ship that leaked all the oil, you can still find some oil 20 years later in certain areas, which means that the oil in the Gulf is going to be there for a very, very long time. Especially with them using the core exit 9500, that kind of suppresses the oil underneath the surface, so you can't really see it. Which then our government publicizes it as if the oil just isn't there. So let's get started with today's video. It says Obama applauds New Orleans as symbol of resilience. Now what he's talking about is obviously Hurricane Katrina that went through 5 years ago, and now he's talking about the man-made catastrophe in the BP oil spill and how it's a breakdown in the government that left countless men, women, and children abandoned and alone. And actually, some of them died due to the hurricane and the violence after. Now, the president was speaking at Xavier University, and it's again the 5th anniversary of the hurricane, and it's been a little over 4 months for the oil spill. But here's one thing that really kind of bothers me as I'm filtering through here. It says right here, we mark the occasion with a 30-foot po' boy made with shrimp and oysters from the Gulf. There were no leftovers, Obama said. Now, they made this 30-foot statue out of food, essentially. And by saying that there were no leftovers, they're saying that they ate the food. Now, I don't believe for a second that any of that food came from the Gulf. Okay, with all the carbs that's in there and all the oil that's still in there, all the contaminants and everything, there's no way they ate that food. There is absolutely no way they ate that food. Now, not to mention, going on to the next article here, it says Gulf Coast is coping with the aftermath of Katrina and the BP oil spill. Okay, now, still talking about the food in the area, in this article, in the 4th paragraph, it says, for a region that hasn't recovered from Katrina, Smith says the biggest problem remains is one of perception. He underscores the fact that the Gulf seafood has been given a clean bill of health from the FDA, the EPA, and NOAA, and that close to 30,000 samples of seafood have been tested and approved for consumption. Now, 30,000 samples. Makes you wonder, where do they get the samples from? Now, it says they came from the Gulf. Well, they could have come from the Gulf, but what area specifically? Now, again, I live in Michigan, and I do a lot of fishing in Michigan, as most of you already know, and I've already touched on this one time already. Now, there's a lot of mercury in the Great Lakes because of all the dumping and all the waste dumping that goes into all of the Great Lakes. Now, if you test the water, you will find out that the Great Lakes have a high mercury content. Okay? But you don't smell it in the fish. You don't taste it in the fish. You don't. But it's there. They say it's not enough to kill you. Well, I can honestly probably say that it's not, because I'm still here and I'm 43 years old. So, but the testing that they've done here is just crazy. I personally am not going to eat any food that's going to come from the Gulf probably for the next 20 years. It's going to take a long time to get this stuff out. It really is. But moving on to the next article, is there going to be another stimulus? And according to this article, there is. And honestly, I believe that there's going to be, because I know Obama's pushing for one. This article here talks about how our fiscal policy has become skewed with far too much focus on the deficit and far too little on unemployment. Now, I want to stop right there. The reason why there's so much unemployment in this country is because so many jobs have left this country. Our government knows that. They're not stupid. They let them go. Okay? I mean, whether it was Bush or Clinton with the NAFTA agreement, it's all political. This has been an ongoing thing for many, many years. Not just in the last 4 or the last 8 years. It's been going on for a very, very long time. Now, the NAFTA agreement was probably the shot in the arm that really accelerated the whole job-leaving situation of the United States. But that's what they wanted. They wanted jobs to be gone out of the United States. And that's been documented. You can do your research and actually figure that out. But again, the only thing that a stimulus is going to do, okay, is going to prevent inflation from coming on, which eventually is going to happen. We're going to have to pay this money back somehow, and it's going to be me and you and all the other taxpayers that are going to pay for it. That's the one thing that kills me. So honestly, is another bailout the answer? Of course not. It's not the answer. But getting back to my last article here, it says President Obama says he's not worried about Muslim rumors. Okay, and there's a really hot line that's in here. It says President Barack Obama said Sunday he isn't worried about recent polls showing that nearly 1/5 of Americans believe he's a Muslim. Because he is a Muslim. He's lied to everybody about his birth certificate, about him being a U.S. citizen. So why wouldn't you lie about being a Muslim? It's so blatantly obvious that he's a Muslim. But here's the one catchphrase that I love. I love this part. In the middle of the article it says, when President Obama asked about persistent accusations that he wasn't born in the United States, the president responded, and I quote, "I can't spend all of my time with my birth certificate plastered to my forehead." Why not? Why not? Why can't you? Why can't you bring it out, open it into the public? Why can't you bring out your college documents, open into the public? His college documents still have not been released to the public. His birth certificate is still tucked away. It's supposedly somewhere in Hawaii, but it isn't true. Obama is not a U.S. citizen. At least he's not a naturalized U.S. citizen. This is a great article, and again, there's some catch lines in here. Again, and like Obama says, I have no doubt we're going to rebound and rebound strong, but when you're in the middle of it, and if you don't have a job right now, it's tough. It's a tough situation. Well, people who lost their jobs making $20, $25, $30 an hour, they're not going to go work at McDonald's for $5, $50, $6 an hour. They're not going to do it. So here's my thing. Okay, this is just a big mess. Again, the country's going nowhere. The GDP was reduced. Unemployment is back up. People are upset. Things are going on, and nothing looks good. And I get some people who make comments on my videos saying, well, all you do is bring bad news and talk about bad news and things like that. It's like, no, it's not bad news. It's called the truth. And until you're ready to wake up and realize that it is the truth, you're going to consider it being bad news. Here's the thing, all right? Why don't you prepare yourself? Why don't you take the time to actually do your own homework and prepare and understand just what's going on? Because it's just a matter of time. I mean, look at everything that's going on. It's just craziness. It's absolute craziness. And our government isn't really doing a whole lot to solve the actual problem. Hey guys, I just want to add a little snippet here at the end. I noticed as I was reviewing some of my Michigan oil spill videos that as I was going through some of the links underneath, a lot of those links have disappeared. Not from the video, but I mean the information has disappeared, which makes me wonder, it's only been maybe 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks at the most since the oil spill started. And I'm really, really suspicious as to why they pulled a lot of those articles down. I actually went through and reviewed some of my videos. And, I always do that from time to time just to make sure that everything is okay and everything is working well. And I was shocked to find out that they actually pulled down some of the information. It's been so early since that spill. It makes me wonder that did they think that perhaps no one was going to research it? Because I know I did a lot of videotaping before I had to move, but there were a lot of people on that situation as well. But if you happen to stop by my channel and pull up some of those Michigan oil spill videos and check the links, you'll be surprised how many links are non-existent now. I was really shocked. I don't know. It just kind of caught me off guard that they would pull those links and those information down so fast. Like I said, it's only been like maybe 5, 6 weeks tops since the oil spill actually happened. So I don't know. Makes you wonder, huh?